Lunatics, it's time to try to figure out how to win the WON Bass US Open out here at Lake Mohave. This year, the tournament is at Lake Mohave instead of Lake Mead because Lake Mead has no water. So we're out here on Lake Mohave. This is my first day out here. It's about 1:30 in the afternoon. Getting a late start, that's for sure. I got here last night, but the drive was a disaster. Battery issues with the boat, and had to buy a battery this morning, put a new battery in the boat, and we're up and running now. So we're gonna end up with 3.5 days of practice. We were supposed to have 4, but we had to bob and weave and everything like that today to get everything going. But we're on the water. We should be dialed in the brand new Skeeter. Super pumped to be out here, super pumped to try to go fishing. Word has it that the fishing is a little bit better than my little pre-practice trip I took out here in September, because it was pretty tough. There we go. Carolina came off. Fish came off, but I just had a bite in the grass. There's deep grass down there, and I missed it. Probably didn't let it eat it long enough. That sucks. There we go. Got one on the buzzbait. First fish. It's a little one, but it's a bite. It's a little one, but it's a bite on the buzzbait. That ain't gonna do us any good in this tournament, but at least it's a bite. Dual molded buzzbait, berry bug, got him. These are my Hybro frames. These are the frames that I wear to work. I wear them off the water, and occasionally I'll even wear them on the water. This is the silver mirror frames, which is what I like to wear day in, day out off of the water. Waterland's got a ton of different frame options for you guys, ton of different lens colors, men's frames, women's frames, polycarbonate lenses, glass lenses, so they got you covered when it comes to sunglasses. So head over to waterlandco.com, use discount code LUNA15 so they know that I sent you, and so you can get 15% off. Again, that's waterlandco.com, use discount code LUNA15. So in the short time that I've been here, a couple things that I've noticed is that the shallow grass is starting to die off. We're in early October and the water has significantly dropped. I'd say it's dropped 5 feet at least, which is a lot for these desert lakes, except for maybe Lake Mead. But the shallow grass is really starting to die off, but there's still grass down deep. So I have a feeling that some of these fish got pushed down into that deeper grass if they were shallow when this water started dropping, and it probably pushed them off the bank down into like the middle of these cuts with some of that deeper grass. So I picked up a drop shot to kind of see if maybe that would get some bites down in that grass. There we go, that didn't take long. Doesn't feel like a big one, but got bit pretty quick. Little guy, real little guy, but there's fish down there. But that is not what we're going for. Well, that fish was very far from what we're trying to achieve out here, but it's a bite. I don't know if that bite really tells us a story or not, but I haven't been doing this very long and I did get a bite already, so that's a good sign, but that's definitely not the size we're looking for. Well, so far we're not on the right fish. We're catching 6-inch fish, 12-inch fish, rather than those big 3 to 5 pounders that they have out here at Lake Mohave. It's gonna take some weight to win this tournament. To win this tournament, I'm guessing you're gonna need anywhere between 15 and 20 pounds per day. I don't think it's gonna take 20 each day, but someone that wins this is probably gonna end up with a 20-pound bag at some point in this event. There's big fish out here, there's big smallmouth, there's big largemouth, so we have our work cut out for us. We still have some more time out here on the water today, but we've gotten some bites, and I really feel like that's better than the alternative, better than not catching anything. Getting those little fish kind of clues me in that there's fish biting out here. Because when I was out here last time, I wasn't getting hardly any bites whatsoever, and I've got 3 bites already today. Now, I just said those aren't the right bites, but
It's something to build off of. Maybe fish a little bit deeper, maybe fish a little bit shallower, and maybe you'll find some of those larger fish. So we're just gonna keep kind of bouncing around, finding different areas, marking things that look good, marking some of that grass like we just caught some of those fish out of. I fished the Carolina rig through there. Like I said, it was a good search bait. Pulled up some of the prickly grass, mixed in with some of the softer grass that we're typically fishing out here. The prickly grass was very, very vibrant green. Whew, that was a close one. We just came up on a high spot and I'm like talking to you guys, looking at my graph at the same time, and all I see is the marks coming up for that shallow water. I can see the shallow water off to the side over here. That was a little sketchy. Thankfully, didn't hit anything. We're all good to go still, but that was a little bit scary. But that prickly grass was much more vibrant, much more green than that softer, more stringy grass that's more typical for these desert lakes. So we're gonna have to figure out what grass those fish are kind of relating to. I've found in the past, I believe that those fish are in that stringier grass more often than not, but if that stuff's starting to die off, then maybe that prickly grass is what they're relating to right now.
There we go. Wow. Wow. That ain't it. That ain't it. Yo. 6 inchers. Yeah, I've gotten like 4 bites, and they were all, one was like 12 inches and the other ones were like literally like 6 inches.
Yeah, I heard this is like a little baby bass.
A lot of bluegill bites. Did you hold on. I'm bit.
Got a bite?
Yeah, I caught one right now. Caught one right now.
Little people everywhere?
I've hardly left Catherine's.
No.
Dude, I'm catching like tiny fish, dude.
Throwing way up on the bank?
A little bit. A couple of them were like 18 foot, dude. There we go. That's a better one. That's a keeper fish, I think. Yeah, it's a better fish. Not a big one, I don't think, but I think it's better. That was a lot deeper. That was a lot deeper. Nah, it's still little. I don't even think it's a keeper still. Nope. Man, I thought that was a better fish. Based on the way I set the hook and everything, I thought that was a better fish for sure. But it was not. Tiny. First smallmouth of the trip, and again it's a little guy. Well, we got time for about one more drop. Let's see if we can catch a keeper finally today. Got a fair amount of bites today, guys. We just can't seem to get a keeper. Well guys, super long day today. Only got 4 hours of sleep last night, and had to deal with the whole battery situation that I told you guys about, but everything seems dialed in on the boat now. Boat ran good today. Trolling motor batteries were working good. The cranky battery was working good. Everything seems to be the way it should be now. Unfortunately, we couldn't get on any good fish today, but you know, it's first day, and we got some bites. We got something to start, you know, building off of for the next few days. I'm gonna hit it hard tomorrow. Today was kind of like just make the best of it kind of a day, and tomorrow we're definitely gonna be hitting it hard. I sat in the boat for a couple hours, rigged up a whole bunch of different rods. All my spinning rods are rigged up a bunch of crankbaits, changed some topwater baits, got some different size jigs tied on. So we're gonna hit it hard tomorrow, and we're gonna get after it and try to find these fish.
Day number 2 out here on Lake Mohave. We got some work to do. We need to find some good ones. We need to find some 3-pounders, 4-pounders in order to really do some damage in this tournament.
So yesterday I got bit on a lot of steep stuff, and today I fished a lot of flatter stuff so far this morning. Big, long offshore points, and then some of the bays where those come into. So what I'm gonna do right now is fish some of the steeper stuff up on this end of the lake like I did down south yesterday. So we're gonna see what happens doing that, see if changing things up gets us a few bites.
Well, so far it's pretty darn tough. I did mark a couple spots. There's this little like cut, and inside of it was 2 brush piles on each side of the little cut. It's like a little depression. It's not really a deep spot, it's more just a little depression. And there was a fish further down that bank, maybe 50 yards or so, and then there was an actual fish in that brush pile as well. So I marked both those brush piles. I'm not really getting bit at all though. I marked those because it might be a good topwater spot, because the water's so clear here that even though it's a little bit of a deeper brush pile, maybe 10 foot or so, those fish will come up and get that topwater bait in the morning if I ran over there real quick in the morning and fished it real quick with the topwater or crankbait, or even just threw a drop shot in there. But so far it's been pretty tough. I'm just gonna keep grinding, keep pecking away, and just see what I can find. I talked to some people last night, and the bite is still pretty tough for them out here overall. I did get those bites yesterday, those small ones, but those aren't going to do me any good, so I got to work hard to get some fish.
Well, today was a brutal day of fishing for me out there. I literally did not catch a bass, I don't think, today. I did catch 1 bluegill, which is promising. It just was tough. I fished deep a lot. I did throw some topwater up shallow. I didn't throw any reaction stuff really up shallow because there just wasn't much wind or anything like that, and there's just not a lot of activity that I've seen up shallow. Most of the stuff that you see is out deep, and it's probably just a timing thing. Everything's probably just got to line up just right in order to get, you know, that quality bite. I fished the far end of the lake today, fished close yesterday, so I'm probably going to fish more mid-lake tomorrow. And when I was driving back to the ramp today, I was looking at that part of the lake, and as I was driving around, it kind of seems to make a little bit more sense to me. It's not super steep like the area close to the ramp, and it's not as flat as the area that I was fishing today. It's got a lot more cuts and coves and little areas where these fish might group up. So hopefully tomorrow I can start pinning something together and figuring things out. Justin did have a little bit of success out there today. He caught some good fish, so let's see how his day went. How'd your day go, Justin?
That was a grind, just like you said. You know, I think we're trying to catch them on all the cool stuff like top water and crankbaits and jerk baits and stuff, but I just really had to focus on finding the fish, number one, on my active target and the bait. That was key. And then drop shot was probably the best thing I had going today. And you'd see them on the active target, and when they positioned onto a spot like a hump or a point or something, and there was bait, that was key. And I couldn't really pitch on to the fish and catch them on the fall. I had to throw past the fish and actually bring my bait up to them. I went down to 5-pound test line today. Not sure if that really makes a difference or not, but I did catch a 4 and a 3, and then I took the hook off my drop shot and put a screw lock on there, and probably got 5 or 6 more bites, just patterning that same pattern. But we'll see. I mean, hopefully we got a full moon, so they're gonna probably have a pretty good feed first thing in the morning, I would assume. Usually with the full moon, you get that hour that's pretty special, and then they go out deep, and you'll have to finesse them. But yeah, that was my day. I caught a couple of crankbait fish, a couple small jerkbait fish. No top water today, and that was about it. Maybe one jig fish, but.
Well, it sounds like we need to be in Justin's boat because he caught a whole bunch of fish today, and I literally did not catch a bass. I'm thinking I might have caught one that was probably like legit 4 inches. But that, it doesn't really matter. So it was a grind. I'm definitely not doing stuff right. I'm gonna get out there early tomorrow.
Good morning, everybody. US Open time, day 3 out here at Lake Mohave. It has been super tough for me. I've literally not caught a keeper in 2 days. We're gonna fish a different part of the lake today, and hopefully that helps us out. There are fish out there. I think I just got to spend a little bit more time. We are gonna go shallow in the morning, see if we can't get like a top water bite, reaction bait bite, something like that, and then we're probably gonna move out offshore, see if we can dial in some of those fish out there.
There we go. Probably not a keeper, but we got a bite finally. I don't know if that's a keeper or not. Doesn't really matter if it's a keeper. At least we caught a fish. Well, we finally caught a bass, first bass in 2 days. Still wasn't a keeper, so we're 0 for keepers for the trip so far. But at least it's a bite. Something to kind of get us pointed in the right direction, hopefully. Run some more of these main lake points with some grass on them. The grass seems to be the key. Not everywhere on the lake has good grass. There's definitely certain areas that have better grass than others, but we're just going to keep bouncing around and hopefully at least find something to get consistent bites, and then hopefully here and there we'll get some solid keepers. There we go. There we go, fish on. This is finally a keeper. This one feels like a decent one. Little smallmouth. We caught a keeper though, guys. Finally caught a keeper. Finally caught a little tiny keeper. Well guys, we finally caught a keeper. It was a little teeny tiny 13-incher probably. I've been thinking about it. I'm not 100% sure that that's even a keeper, but it's a bite. It was an offshore grass on this big main lake point right here. And maybe I'm just not fishing quite deep enough. I thought I was, but maybe we'll go out a little bit further and see if we can get a better quality bite. Well, I just got smoked on the Carolina rig again, and I broke it off on the hook set. It was probably just going through all the rocks and everything like that. It broke me off, but that's a good sign. That was an absolute destroyed of a bite, like rip the rod out of your hand kind of a bite. So that's good. We're gonna leave this spot. I already marked the waypoint, but yeah, we're gonna come back here in the tournament.
Well, mid-morning update is that it's still brutal for me. I've been throwing out deep. I've done a little bit of shallow stuff, mixing up my baits through the crankbait this morning, through the drop shot a lot so far. Tied on an Arky style jig to see if it'll come through the grass a little bit better. But we're still trying to stay focused. And guys, this is just the reality of tournament fishing for me sometimes. Is you come out here and you grind and you grind and you grind every single day, and you just try to stay focused. Staying focused is the hardest thing, I think, about tournament fishing, especially when you're struggling like this, is keeping the motivation going, keeping the faith that you're gonna find them, and then just continuing to work. It's super hard to do, and it's something that you have to do if you're out here doing this. A lot of money on the line, and it's just part of the deal. It's part of the reality. We don't always come out here and smash them every day. All right, well, it's midday right now, 11 o'clock, and we're gonna switch it up. We're gonna go a little shallow. We're gonna run some water with a crankbait and a jerkbait, and just see if any fish are cruising shallow. We got a little bit of a wind, so hopefully that'll make the reaction bite a little bit better. Gonna focus on windy areas. We're not gonna have a lot of wind in the tournament, but sometimes the reaction bite can help you find areas with fish in it. So we're just gonna switch it up, get the deep stuff out of our mind for a little bit, and just try to do something different. Sometimes I like to just change things up and do stuff completely different, because it kind of keeps your mindset, you know, focused, and you don't get too mundane and bored. So sometimes it's good to just mix it up.
There we go. There we go. That's what we're talking about right there, guys. That's what we're talking about right there. I think we found our starting spot. That's a good one.
Well guys, this spot that I'm at right now is pretty legit. There's a lot of bait. There's stripers in the area. I caught 2 smallmouth. One was a rat and one was maybe 2.5, 3 pounds, which is what I need. And I feel better about this area because it's got the bait and we've gotten some bites. I got 2 bites off of one spot, so I would assume that all these points probably have some fish on it in this general area. because of all the bait. So what I've been doing is throwing basically shad pattern baits, like swim baits, a little swim worm that imitates a little shad. It's like a thump grub from Dual Molds. I make those. It's a grind out here, guys. One minute you have a little bit of wind, next minute it's glass calm, but at least we've set the hook a little bit today. Yesterday was absolutely brutal, but today's still not that good, but it's definitely better than yesterday.
Let go, fish. Guys, I got one on right now. I'm trying to let it go. I don't think I hooked it, but I think he's hooked. I wanted to not catch him, but we're gonna have to bring him in, I think. But we're gonna, that's just a jet ski, so we'll bring this guy in. Oh, it's a little smallie. That's not what I expected. Thought it was gonna be bigger than that. Thought it was gonna be bigger than that.
Well, guys, we figured a little something out. I'm in this area right now where there's a lot of bait out in open water. There's some grass in the cuts behind me, like good grass, some of the best grass I've seen so far. Bluegill, bait, caught some small fish in there, not keepers, and then I came out on the points, caught a non-keeper smallmouth, and then I shook another bite off. I'm not sure if it's gonna be tournament worthy, but I got some bites at least. There's life over here, there's activity over here, and that's much more promising than what I've found. Today's been productive so far. It's pretty much a done deal today, but the video's not over yet. We still gotta go check in with Justin and get things going for tonight, but overall pretty productive day out on the water.
Well, guys, productive day of practice overall. Didn't catch the size and the quantity that I wanted, but I think I found an area towards the end of the day today that I like, and I'm gonna try to expand on it tomorrow. Gonna do some shallow stuff in the morning, and then I think I'm gonna go even deeper after talking to Justin. I started getting close to going out that far today, but probably need to go a little bit further. But yeah, I think I found a decent area. Had good grass, had some life, a lot of bait. Stripers are in the area, caught some smallies, and just had to keep my head down and just keep going spot to spot to spot, and you never know what you might find. Well, Justin, how was your day today?
It was pretty good. It started out slow. Caught some reaction fish in the morning, but I was running a lot of new water. Sight fished a couple real shallow, and then moved out real deep. Started active target fishing, and that was probably the best bite I had going. Sitting out in 40 foot, I'd look around. If I seen something in 30, I knew I could catch it. I'd pitch up there. Caught a lot of little ones that way, but did catch one that was probably 4 pounds, and then caught a couple good reaction fish today, but capped off my hook, so I wasn't seeing what they were, but some pretty good ones today. So one more day, dial it in.
Yep, we got one more day to put a game plan together, try to find some fish out there. It's a grind. You got to really just stay focused. You got to keep going spot to spot to spot and really just bear down and try to stay as focused as you can. The forward-facing stuff hasn't been as productive for me, but that's something I think I just need to keep doing and keep putting my time into, because I think that is definitely going to be a factor for this event. So tomorrow I'm going to be doing that for sure.
What's up, everybody? Final day of practice out here on Lake Mohave for the One Bass US Open. Found a little bit something yesterday. Need to go try to dial it in a little bit better, try to find some other areas in that general area that will produce some bites. I need to have more than just the deep stuff, but we are definitely going to pay attention to that and even go a little bit further out today. Last day of practice, gonna get off the water probably around 5 o'clock, so I gotta go register for the tournament, go check it and everything. So let's get after it. Let's go figure these fish out.
Caught one on the jig. Ain't gonna do us any good in the tournament though. Well, we got a bite on the football jig. I was down in the grass and I popped it out of the grass, and then that smallie ate it pretty much right after it popped out of the grass. I don't know what the deal is right now, but everywhere I go I can see bait. I can see some areas with good grass. It's very easy to find the grass right now. You just got to find the coots, the ducks, and you find that grass, and it's a good grass, and there's all kinds of life in the grass, but I just can't seem to figure out a way to catch those fish in the grass up shallow. I've been starting to be able to pick off some of these smallies, but that's not what I need for this tournament. I mean, it's going to take some weight, even though the fishing's super tough. Now we're talking right there. Heck yeah. Striper. Best thing I've caught this whole week. Hopefully it doesn't break me off. But we caught something fun at least. Caught something fun at least. It's not a giant, but it's fun. Oh, he's decent. He's decent. There we go. That's fun. That's fun. Well, we just caught a good one. We just caught a good one. It's like a 3-4 pound smallmouth right now, guys. Carolina rig. There's a boat that can see me. I'm just trying not to let them see me. That's what we're talking about, guys. That's what we need right there. That's what we need. Oh, he's bleeding like crazy. Well, guys, we finally caught a good one. And it's doing something that I like, which is throwing the Carolina rig. I saw the fish swim over to it on Mega Live and pulled up on it, and it was there. It was right on the break coming into this little cut right here, and it's super defined edges coming into this cut, so I think that helps position these fish to make it make sense for us fishermen to try to catch them. Well, Justin, how was practice wrapping up for you?
You know, I had a pretty decent practice for 2 days. First day was slow, but caught a couple good smallies, and then I took my bait off and I was using a screw lock, so I wasn't hooking anymore. So I don't know how big my bag would have been. And day 2 was a pretty good day. I found a lot of probably the same stuff everyone else is fishing, a lot of bait, and I was able to run some water and catch some pretty decent fish. And day 3 was really brutal. So I think it's all area related. If you're around the bait, if you're around the stripers that are pushing the bait, it really fires these big smallies up. So, but 159 out tomorrow. I have no idea if I'm gonna be able to get in any of those areas, but you know, my main pattern is just drop shotting them out deep, using the active target, and just watching them eat the bait. So it's pretty cool. Lot of active target fishing tomorrow. I'm assuming it's probably going to be one on that. So we'll see. We'll go out there and give it hell.
So one thing that's different about this year's US Open is that they are doing the Hall of Fame induction ceremony at the sponsor showcase. I tried to get some video of that and it just didn't really come out very good. I didn't have the right angle, but some people that you know are Don Iovino and Rick Clunn got inducted into the One Bass Hall of Fame this year, and I thought that was pretty cool. It's the first year they're going to do it. Aaron Martins is going to get inducted into the Hall of Fame as well. His family couldn't make it out here for this event, so they will be coming out next year, and he will be inducted into the Hall of Fame next year. He definitely is deserving. He's won like 3 of these events and just is a West Coast powerhouse that, you know, moved out to Alabama, and you guys know all about Aaron Martins. There's nothing to be said there, but definitely well deserved to be in the Bass Fishing Hall of Fame. And practice was pretty tough overall. Not the best practice I've ever had by any means. Hard to get bit overall for me. I did find that Carolina rig stuff and gonna just run some of those points. I'm gonna fish a little bit of shallow grass in the morning come tournament time and just kind of try to maximize that window and just see what happens, and then just go drag out deep on those points and on the ledges going into some of the cuts and everything like that. Maybe try to throw the dragging stuff like Carolina rig, drop shot, or anything like that out in some of that deeper grass in the middle of the cuts and everything as well. Just seems like most of these fish are deep. You know, there is some dock talk going on that people are catching some shallow fish, which of course you are. You put enough time in, you're going to find some shallow fish. But overall, I think this thing's going to get one probably out deep. Just seems like that's where the numbers of fish are. I don't know if guys just have these shallow fish that they can rely on for 3 days or not, but time will tell. And we're just going to have to figure things out and try to just see where we lie.
Good morning, everybody. It's the first day on Lake Mohave for the One Bass US Open. Fishing for a brand new bass cap boat and about $80,000. As with any tournament, guys are going to be on them and guys aren't going to be on them. I think overall the consensus is that the bite's been pretty tough out here. I think limits are going to go a long way, which is typical for the US Open. Usually it's at Lake Mead, and Lake Mead pretty much all the time can be pretty tough, and limits go a long way. I thought initially that when the lake was chosen to be Mojave, since Lake Mead's so low, that the limits weren't going to be as much of a factor, and big weights. And I still think the winner is going to have big weights, but I think the weights are going to probably fall off pretty quick after that. And hopefully, you know, we can put 5 in the boat every day and really have a good tournament.
Who's ready to rock and roll? All right, Tracy, hit it.
Just did a prayer, did the national anthem. About to get our boat numbers called, boat number 8. Gotta get to the front. Let's go. There we go. Yeah. Might. I don't know if it's a keeper, but might as well. No, it's not a keeper.
Never know, you know. I know that's not, but sometimes the bigger ones fool you.
That ain't worth measuring, right? It ain't 30.
30 feet of water, there's a lot of life on it.
Yeah.
Or it dropped into
No. Yeah. Keeper. Might be a keeper. Doubled up, dude.
I don't know how big it is, but oh, came off. Mother.
I ain't gonna keep. If it was a smallie, it'd come up already.
I don't know. I did this in a tournament this year. Do a floating fly, a bowl like that. That's the only thing I had on the, like close to it.
Mm-hmm.
Just like this, and caught a 6-pounder big fish in the tournament.
Really?
On the tournament, yeah.
Really?
Yep.
Those on the point have got to be bass, dude, that keep breaking over there. Because there's a rock pile right where they're doing it at. Yeah.
Yeah, he's a good one too. 10-pounder. 10-pounder.
That's a big one, dude. Look at that thing. Big old striper. There we go. That's a good one. Oh, came off.
Catching up to him.
I was like fighting the fish, like that was a fish, like I don't know.
Probably caught it before it got.
Well guys, mid-morning update is we're struggling out here. It's about 10:30 and we got no fish in the boat. We've gotten some bites early, but they were small, and then we found some stripers blow up, and we were hoping to maybe get something that was sitting underneath of them, but we ended up catching some stripers. But we're gonna keep grinding away and just hopefully peck off a few here and there and round out a limit to get into weighing. There we go. It just came off. It just came off. How does that happen? It was swimming away with the bait. Like swimming away. We are still really struggling. We're getting bites here and there, but these fish just aren't committing to the bait. They're eating the back of it. We can't get a hook in them. I mean, we've had enough bites to have, you know, a few fish in the boat for sure. I've been throwing the Carolina rig a lot, and I'm getting bites in the grass. Had a follower come up, but I just cannot get these fish to commit. I'm not sure what to do about it. I'm gonna go to that red rock. Boat number 8. Thank you. Day 2, 1 Bass US Open. Yesterday was brutal, guys. Not gonna lie, if you guys missed that video, I blanked. It was not a good day out on the water. Had some boat issues, electronics issues is what I should say, not boat issues, but electronics issues. I was trying to do some forward-facing sonar stuff and pitch out to those fish, and just couldn't use that stuff. I think my transducer went bad. I think I just got unlucky and just had a bad transducer or something, because it wouldn't sense that it was in the water and wouldn't view anything. Today we're fishing till 5, so a couple extra hours to try to get some more fish in the Skeeter. So I'll see you guys out there. Let's go catch them today. Nice fish, man. That's a good one. That's a good one. Nice job, man. You see that thing? Nice one. 3-pounder?
Yeah, easy.
Little one. Yeah. Oh yeah, look at that thing. There we go. Nope. Not even a little bit. Huh? I'm trying to mix it up every once in a while just to try to stay motivated. Like, this isn't really what I would like to throw a buzzbait on, but eventually you're just like, I gotta throw something else. Well guys, it's been another grinder. We got one in the box, and I can't seem to help out and put a fish in the box. We're fishing hard. We're getting little tiny bites, but it is what it is. Never mind, it's a little one.
Yeah, you on a jig? Is that a jig?
Mm-hmm.
You want me to measure him?
Look, he looks deeper.
I don't think he's gonna go.
Boat 8. Thanks, man.
Well guys, rough day out on the water. We did end up with 2 fish. I ended up catching one on a dual mulch jig I make at the end of the day. The GoPro had to turn off because it got too hot, so unfortunately I didn't get it on camera, but we're gonna go to the scales with 2 fish. My co-angler got one and then I got one. My co-angler got a pretty good smallmouth. That's probably 3.5, and then I'd say my largemouth is 2.5. So we're probably got like 6 pounds or something like that, but you know, at least we're going to the scales today. My one keeper.
Two fish, 2 live, and 1 small.
All right, next up, boat 8, Matthew Luna. Fish with Joe Leonard, 2 fish, total weight. 573, 573, 573.
Thank you, sir.
You bet. Go ahead and grab that water part of that bag. I'll just take the screen and dump it out right there.
Are both okay? They're both in there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. Well, at least we made it to weigh-in today. Not the biggest bag ever, but my co-angler did get a nice smallie. We weighed 570 for our 2 fish, so we had decent fish for the 2 that we caught. Just need to figure out how to catch 5 of them, guys. Well, guys, final day, 1 bass US Open out here on Lake Mohave. Got a tough assignment for me today. My co-angler that I drew today is in 2nd place, so I gotta work super hard to put some fish in this boat to try to keep him 1 in check range and in that top 10, or even to win this thing. Maybe we go crack a bag today and he ends up winning. Kind of got a lot of pressure on me actually, but we're just gonna try to go out there, have some fun. Got an early weigh in, so let's see how this day goes, guys, and wish me luck out here. We're gonna go try to catch some fish.
Right there.
That's a good one, bro. That's a big one.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Ah.
Now we're talking. Nice job, dude.
Thanks.
Dude, that's gotta be a 3.5, 4. I think it's a keeper though. That's a keeper.
13?
13.
Here's your 1 pound.
I know, right? If you need to measure, my board's right there. You probably should measure it just in case. We got 2! I still can't catch one, but we got 2. We got 3 in the box now. Not a giant, but we got a smallie. My chesty and this one were too hot to have on during the actual fight, but we got one. There we go.
Yes?
Yeah.
Net? Yeah.
We're full!
My guy.
That's 13, right?
Yeah.
Good one. High key. I think we got a limit, dude. Little limit, but we got one.
Oh yeah.
I got it. Oh my. Another big smallie. Dude, you're killing it today. Margie. I think. All right, thank you. Well, it's time to go weigh in. I don't know exactly what we got, but we got 5, which is a godsend. Like I told you guys, my co was in 2nd place going into today, and I was feeling a little pressure on that one for sure, because I wanted him to have a shot at this thing, and I think we gave him a shot. We didn't smash him. It's gonna be close, but I think he's definitely gonna stay in the top 10. 100% still getting paid in the tournament, but let's go weigh these fish, see what we got. 174, we got 5.
AAA big fish coming for Jim. A AAA big fish is going to weigh 336. Good job, Jim. Guys, thanks for being here. What did you think of the event?
I thought the event was great. I got the message from him last night, and he was like, I'm in 2nd place, and I've had a rough couple days, so the pressure was on to try to get him a limit and keep him in the hunt here, and I think we did good enough to do that, at least have him have a chance at this thing.
Here we go, 12 pounds, or 1180 for your total weight. Matthew, thanks for being here. We appreciate you guys. You too, Jim. Good luck. We'll see who wins the AAA side at the award show starting at 8 o'clock at the E-Center. All right, guys. See you guys.
Well, guys, we're home from the U.S. Open, and man, that was a tough tournament. Practice was tough. The fishing was tough. Had some boat issues. Everything's figured out and fixed now. But overall, it was a tough event for me. I salvaged my pride, I guess you could call it, by having a limit on day 3 of the tournament. It bumped me up tremendously in the standings. I think it bumped me up almost 30-something spots to finish in 116th. Not the finish I was wanting. Had almost 200 boats in the tournament, so it was basically middle of the pack. But there's some things that I definitely could have done different to have a much better event. You know, I had a good time, and I learned a ton out there on Lake Mohave.